Hey, my name is Adam McInnis, hit songwriter and producer. And if you're coming to this channel, you're here to see some in-depth breakdowns of some really cool songs. And all these songs are being requested from people who are doing polls. So if you hear a song that you want to have me break down, make sure you put it in the comments below or join us on Patreon where we do actual polls for the songs and we do voting process and all that stuff. That being said, what I like to do in this channel is I like to break down songs to show you the different layers that the producers and the writing team are putting in the tracks that most people aren't even hearing or even noticing that they're there. Now, if you can really start to hear these things, you'll start to understand that your brain has the capacity to grow your sonic awareness in all of your life. Now, it sounds simple that I'm breaking this down on music, but I figure if I can help you do it with music, you'll see that it'll translate itself to how you hear friends, family, the world, animals. Like you start to hear just with a more intensity and a more, I guess I shouldn't say more, and even a better way to understand the small inflections that are happening all around you. It's like you ever heard people talk about the relationship and they're like, you don't hear what I'm saying. And then he's like, you don't hear what I'm saying. And part of that is because they actually are not hearing each other. So I'm trying to help people open up their hearing through music, and hopefully it'll help your regular day life. So that being said, let's hop right into it. And today's song is from Dreamcatcher and it's called Because. Now, there's certain things that we're looking for when we're breaking down these songs. So let me just briefly go through them for the people who are new in this channel. If you are new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and let us know what you think in the comments below. So that way we can keep giving you good content. So what I'm looking for, each section of a song is about 8 bars. You have your intro, you have your verse, your pre-chorus, your chorus. Now I say they're most likely 8 bars. Some of them are 4 bars, some of them are 16. They're different, but I'm looking for the main structure. What's the architecture of the song? And in the architecture, there's certain key elements I'm looking for. One is going to be sonic information, meaning how much of the frequency space are they taking up? Is there a lot of bass? Is there a lot of high end? Powers of 3, which are when someone repeats the same word or same phrase 3 times in a row, which is a very strong way to teach people a song without them knowing it. If I were to say, Dreamcatcher, 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 you will remember that part more than if I only say the word once. It's just putting a little bit more highlight towards certain parts. I'm looking for transitional elements, how they're going from the verse into the chorus or the chorus into the next verse. So those are some things, and I'll break them down as we go. But you will see that there is an architecture and a depth to creating great productions. And hopefully you'll find that you might love songs more once you hear what's actually happening in them. So let's get started and see how they grab our attention, definitely in the first 8 seconds. That's very important of this song. Right there, grabbing attention. Okay. All right, so I'm not gonna go too far. Let's break it down section by section so I can tell you what I'm hearing. So the first thing is they come in with this high melody that is very, we call these non-lyrical and sometimes nonsensical parts, meaning there's no real meaning to it. It's just la, 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 na, na, na. Anyone can sing it. And it's good to have sometimes songs like that because that means everyone in the crowd can feel like they're part of it. You know, even big bands before were like, na, 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 hey. You know, just simple words that everyone can sing. So that's the intro, but it's a cool melody. It's almost very nursery rhymish and very infectious. But you'll notice when they first come in with it, there's no bass. It's just hitting those notes. And then after they establish that melody, listen for when the bass comes in. Then after you'll hear that part, you'll notice when they go into the verse, that's when they bring in the drums. So just pay attention to those little elements I said. Bass comes in here. And then drums come in. all of this has really cool harmonies going on. All right, so I'm not going to break down all of them because they're actually doing a lot of harmony in this, but I want you to know that they're there. So let me show you a few of them so your ear can get calibrated. So it's like, her lead is going, da, 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 and the harmony is going. Hold on a second. So doing a lower octave. Check it out. Hopefully you're starting to hear all those lower now notes. Before, you were probably mostly focusing on the higher notes that she was singing, but the lower notes are creating what I would call a padding, which is a foundational support sonically to help you as a listener to follow along melodically and not just feel like you're fulfilled, but actually not even know that it's subconsciously happening. So it's a mixture of just keeping you glued in there without even knowing it. Listen to the drums now. It's like a rock band all of a sudden. Feel the tension. This track is nuts. All right, let's break this down. This is like a mixture of genres going on too. It's like pop with trap and some sort of almost metal bandish vibe. So let's see what's happening in this chorus. Okay, so when she goes, because I love you, that's pretty. And then to contrast the pretty, someone else is like, da, 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 da. And that's being used with a filtered vocal. Notice how it sounds like it's almost like peaking a little bit. That's to create almost just a little bit of a contrast. So it's like pretty and then a little hard. So listen, you can tell that the effect of the vocal is a little bit different. Like that. Which is very in like a rock bands would do something like that. Oh, drum and bass. That's cool. You hear that? Ring, ring. Back to pop. These drums are nuts. Back to a backbeat. And listen to that pull out. It goes just whoosh, little vocal to give you tension, and then bam into the chorus. Let me play it one more time. Build. Build. Cool. And that melody is crazy. That. Listen to that one real quick. Listen to those lower harmonies. Melody again. That melody is crazy. That one right there. Let me back it up a little bit. Nice backgrounds. The bass came in. Oh, beautiful. The whoa, whoa. That was cool. One thing I do like, and I only really hear it in K-pop songs, is when someone does a melody that is completely unexpected, like the one she did in the beginning of this. There's something to be said about that. When there's a melodic structure that's given to the listener that the listener would never ever think of would be in that song. It's almost like when you order food and you get the food that you think you're going to get, right? And then someone happens to put something in there that, let's say it's a dessert that you didn't ask for. And then you take a bite of it and you're like, oh, that's pretty good. And then you know, like, oh, so if I go back to that store, they're going to give me something that might be a little different. That's what a good melody like this is like. See the build up? Now we have the big drums with the intro vocal. And those guitars. Have the ad-libs. Very clever. And notice at the end how they use the same thing as the beginning. It sounds like the beginning. That melody, but they did an octave higher. So that way you thought it was like something new. Watch. And they slow it down. And that eerie little laugh at the end. All right, Dreamcatcher, because okay, so here is the wrap up, my professional opinion. Very cool song. I'm glad that this was requested. I did not expect this, and it makes me interested. And I always think that's a good thing, is when you're interested about like what's going on with this group. This is interesting. From the mixture of pop, trap, R&B vocals, to the drums were crazy on this the whole time. Because here's why this is hard. Drums like this are not easy to create because there's so many different moving sections that you have to make sure that the listener doesn't get, one, confused on where they're at, two, overly stimulated, and three, they have to all actually sound good. Because sometimes they're doing drum and bass, which is a different sound of drums. It was more muted, meaning it has some of the, I should say it wasn't muted. It was more of the high end was rolled off, and it was like, we had that part, you know. Boom, 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 we had that, and then we had the boom, 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 yeah. We had the backbeat, and then we had the regular drums that happen in the verse. So there's a lot of different sections of drums, but all of them were executed really well. The vocals sounded phenomenal. All the girls sound great in this group. The harmonies were great. The title I still remember, Because I Love You, and that cool contrast from the sweet to the sour, in a sense, like the vocal that was affected. Great job. So my professional opinion, I like this track. It's a good track. Now let me think, would I play this again? Meaning, would I put this in my playlist? The answer is no. So why does it not make my playlist? Because this has a little bit of like a angst to it, a little bit of like tension in a way that I don't really want to feel on a daily basis. And for me, music is about, what do I want to feel? Because I know music has a greater intention than this sound. It's like, what do I want to actually feel? I don't technically want to feel that tension. And if I did, I'll just be honest, let's say I was listening to like a heavy song like this, and let's say I'm in the gym and I'm working out and I'm like, oh, I need something that has energy. I probably wouldn't want to hear a female song saying Because I Love You. You know, that wouldn't be my go-to. But maybe there's some girl in the gym somewhere else or doing something that this is like the jam for that person. But for me, it wouldn't be on replay. But to listen to it as a song and then say, that's cool, I could see what's there, this is an interesting group, all those elements were here. So that was really nice to listen to. All right. That being said, I hope you enjoyed today's breakdown. If you did, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, comment below, let us know what you think. And I'll be doing tons more videos over the next 2 months. We just got an editor on board, so now I can just focus on filming it, and we have a team to help us out. So that being said, for everyone on Patreon who's been supporting, I appreciate it so much, because we cannot monetize these videos. So the only way we can continue even doing this is your help. Without your help, I wouldn't be able to do these videos. So I just want to say thank you so much for your support, and I will see you soon. Be good to yourself, be good to others. Later, y'all.
Give me some of that power.